Hello, Cougar families. Hey, on behalf of the high school staff and myself, Regine Lowe, I want to welcome you back to school and to this new year. We are more than excited that we get to have students in this building, in these hallways, in our classrooms, in real live fashion. We look forward to seeing you the first day on August 25th. In preparation for this new school year, there are a lot of things that we have been very busy with. This is an example where we're standing now. Most of you knew as the high school gym foyer. Well, guess what? For this year, for this time, it is going to serve as your chemistry classroom. This is only one example of the things that we have been doing to prepare for the safety and well-being of your students this year. We are going to share through this video the return of school information that you need to know. The expectations and the procedures that we're going to discuss are designed to meet the COVID guidelines of our county. In this video presentation, you will see some of the high school teachers as well as some of the middle school teachers involved in presenting the information. We hope to take this information that can perhaps feel somewhat overwhelming and convey it to you in a manner that shows that we can still enjoy each other, we can laugh, and we can still thrive in this community regardless of the events that are happening around us. These teachers, as you well know, are key in the lives of your students and in making these plans work. We have added some new teachers this year, as you will see in the video. We've also added a part-time guidance counselor to work alongside our wonderful counselor, Mrs. Radford, and assist her to better meet the needs of 9th through 12th grade students. In the next few days, we will also be communicating information related to Canvas Learning Management System and some of the academic things through emails. This video is truly an overview and will hopefully give you a good basic understanding of the parameters in place for the August 25th first day of school. Look for the summary points designed to accompany this video. But right now, I just want you to sit back and take in this information. So the first thing we want to look at is what we call before leaving home every morning. First of all, does your student have any possible COVID symptoms, such as fever, sore throat, or runny nose? If the answer is yes, then we would ask that you please keep your student home until they have been symptom-free for at least 24 hours without the aid of medications. Secondly, if the answer is no, then does your student have an acceptable face covering for the school day? Is student in dress code compliance? Did your student bring and prepare a lunch or order one in advance from the cafeteria? Does the student have a water bottle for the day? These are some of the things that we want you to look at before you head out for the day. The second thing we want to talk about is masks or face coverings. It will be important that your student bring their own mask to school each day. Students will enter the building with masks on. The masks are required at all times for students while in the building, with mouth and nose covered. The exception is during lunch or snack break with social distancing guidelines. Teachers will provide periodic mask breaks outdoors in designated zones with 6 feet social distancing. Morning arrival. High school student drivers will need to park in the west side of the Res Church parking lot this year. Since some of the east parking lot will be blocked off this year for band and choir rehearsals, there will be less parking space in the east this semester. In addition, Elementary parents will be coming and going from the east lot for staggered arrival and pickup times, and we need to do our best to provide for the safety and unnecessary congestion in that area. Students will need to complete a parking permit the first week of school. On the first couple days of school, a staff member will be in the parking lot to take pictures of students with their cars for parking permit records. The high school students who do not drive and whose parents will be dropping them off should be dropped off on the west side of the building this year. Please plan not to arrive before 7:45 in the morning unless you have made a previous arrangement to meet a specific teacher for tutoring or something else prior to the start of the school day. Once students arrive, they will go directly to the 8 o'clock class. Students will not be able to congregate in the halls or in the bathrooms. End of day release, or what we often call the pickup time, will look as follows. The high school release time is 3:35 this year, which allows for relief between the middle school and the high school movement, and also accounts for necessary social distancing. Social distancing standards will apply to the end of day release. High school students should be picked up on the west side of the high school building. And parents, we are asking that you park in the west lot and students will come to you. QR codes, something new this year. The QR codes will be used as a virtual hall pass. Also for signing out at lunch for our seniors, and sign out from the for leaving campus for special appointments. Snack and lunch. A snack break is at approximately 10 o'clock. Snacks such as protein bars need to be in individual cellophane wrappers and cannot be shared between students. Snacks need to be stored in student backpacks. There is no microwave access. Hot lunches from our school cafeteria can be ordered online the night before, and then their lunch will be delivered to the student's classroom the next day. If you choose not to order hot lunch from the cafeteria, then students should bring their lunches in their backpacks. We cannot provide a microwave or refrigerator for their lunches, and there is no parent or Grubhub drop-off this year. If a student does forget lunch, a cold lunch can be ordered from the cafeteria by 9 in the morning and delivered to them at lunchtime. Students will eat lunch with the class that ends right before their lunch break. When possible, teachers will provide for outdoor lunches in designated areas and with 6-foot social distancing. Seniors, of course, have off-campus lunch privilege, but they do need to make sure they return on time for the next class after lunch. School supplies. Because lockers are not available except in extenuating circumstances, teachers are working together to minimize the number of 3-ring binders and school supplies. Please come to school the first day with minimal supplies, and teachers will determine what is necessary. If there is a specific request for locker accommodations, please contact Mr. Ossenhuis, our Dean of Students, to review those options. Passing periods. Students will be released by thirds and staggered every 2 to 3 minutes alphabetically by last name. When the first group is dismissed from the classroom, their seats will be cleaned in preparation for the next class. That'll apply to the next groups also. When students are released, they should follow the hall markings for traffic flow as they move to the next class period. Students will need to maintain 6 feet distancing in the hallways. Bathroom passes. There is a limit of 2 persons in a bathroom at one time to accommodate social distancing. If a student enters the restroom and there are already 2 persons inside, the student should exit immediately and wait outside until one of the other students exits from the bathroom. Classroom seating. Students should move to their next classroom within 3 minutes of their passing period and immediately go to their assigned seat. Students will have assigned seating, alphabetical by last name, in each and every classroom. QR codes will be located on the corners of desks for attendance purposes. Early release for student appointments during the school day. Parents should notify the high school office in advance if students need to be dismissed early for an appointment. Parents will buzz the office when they arrive and need to show their ID. The office staff will then call your student and send them outside to you. For those students who drive themselves, parents will need to have notified the office in advance that the student will be leaving early for an appointment. Students will sign out using the QR code before they leave the classroom. This summarizes a list of the return to school protocol items that we have. You will find periodic emails that will provide additional information and updates as necessary. Thank you so much for joining us in this time, and please let us know if there are questions.